Hi guys, I'm Mike with ECS Tuning, and today we're going to show you how to install these all-new ECS Tuning Mark IV wheel centering plates. When you lower your Mark IV, your axle tends to shift forward and tuck your wheel further into the wheel well. The engineers at ECS Tuning have come up with a solution to help clean up your car's look and recenter your wheel. Our Mark IV centering plates are designed as an exact fit with no modifications needed. In this kit, you're going to receive 2 centering plates, a left and a right, 8 mounting bolts for mounting the plate to the car, and 8 mounting bolts with washers for mounting your stock beam to the plate. For this installation, you will need a pry bar, a torque wrench able to measure 55 foot-pounds of torque, a 3/8 ratchet, a 3/8 extension, an 8mm Allen, a 17mm socket, a 15mm socket, and a small 1/2-inch extension. To begin this installation, we're going to start on the driver's side of the car. We're going to install one centering plate at a time to avoid having to drop down the whole axle. The first thing you have to do is remove the 4 bolts that hold your OEM assembly to the chassis. Using a 17mm wrench, undo these 4 bolts. When positioning your beam, be careful not to put too much stress on your emergency brake cable or your hard brake line. Out of the box, your driver's side centering plate is going to come labeled with an L in the part number. As you'll notice, one side of this sits flush while the other side has extra large grooves for the unthreaded bolt holes. This will be the side facing down during your installation. To position your centering plates, make sure the side with the part number is facing outwards and slide the centering plate into position. Now, take 4 of your Allen head bolts that came with the kit and insert them into the grooved holes on the centering plate. These will later bolt onto your chassis. Having an extra hand for this job can make this a whole lot easier. Now, going through the stock holes on your beam, thread the Allen heads in the rest of the way. Once your bolts are installed, tighten them down to a manufacturer recommended 55 foot-pounds of torque. Now that we've torqued down our centering plate, it's time for our Hex Head Bolts. These, along with the washer, are going to secure your stock beam to our centering plate. Using a jack, support your rear beam so you can thread these bolts into the holes on the centering plate. When putting these on, don't forget to also include a washer on each of the bolts. Once your hex bolts are hand tight, they must also be torqued down to a manufacturer recommended torque spec of 55 foot-pounds. Once your 4 hex head bolts are torqued, it's time to move on to the passenger side. Your passenger side centering plate is going to come labeled with an R in the part number. To install the passenger side, follow the same procedure as we did on the driver's side. And with that, our installation is complete. Now that our ECS Tuning wheel centering plates are installed, our rear wheel sits perfectly inside the wheel well. This gives a much more natural look to your car and avoids that awkward forward stance that you get without these. If you've got a Mark IV Golf or Jetta, that's been lowered more than 1 3/4 inches over stock, or plan to lower yours in the future, we strongly recommend you add a set of our centering plates to your setup. They're fairly easy to install, on extremely lowered applications can even improve fender clearance. I'm Mike with ECS Tuning, and I'll see you next time.